welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Alyssa. This is a new background. I'm in the kitchen of our Denver Airbnb, which is why this looks like a different kitchen for you, but hopefully the lighting looks good and everything like that. Today we are here to talk about tofu scramble. I love tofu scramble, and I know that a lot of you who watch my videos are fully vegan and don't eat eggs. I do personally eat eggs from time to time, but I wanted to give you a really delicious high protein breakfast recipe that I know is A, easy to make, B, vegan and gluten-free, and C, delicious. So tofu scramble is just as it sounds. It's essentially scrambled eggs, but uses tofu instead of eggs. And rather than just give you one simple recipe for your tofu scramble, I'm going to actually show you 4 different ways to make it. So we have our basic tofu scramble recipe, and then I have 3 other variations of like flavors that you can add. If you do want to follow along with the recipe and get photos, etc., you can find the link right down below in the description box. And before we dive in, if you are new around here and this is the first video that you've watched and you would like to join our community, I would love to have you. It's super easy. You can just tap the red button that is right below this video that says subscribe. Otherwise, let's go ahead and dive in and learn how to make tofu scramble. All right, let's quickly run through the ingredients we're going to use. We have a block of extra firm tofu, as well as some nutritional yeast, salt and pepper, olive oil, garlic powder, and turmeric powder. So we're going to start by just making the basic tofu scramble. You want to add your oil into a saute pan, then just use your hands to crumble the tofu into the pan, and you could also squeeze out some of the water if you want it over the sink, but doesn't really matter. And then use your spatula to kind of saute it a little bit. As it starts to brown, you can break up some of the larger pieces if you don't want larger pieces in your tofu scramble. We're going to add in our flavors. So we are going to add in our nutritional yeast, as well as our garlic powder, our turmeric powder, which is adding some of the yellow color, as well as the salt and pepper. And again, we are going to saute this until everything is combined and hot. If you feel like your tofu is a tiny bit dry, you can add a splash of water or almond milk. It just kind of depends on if you squeeze out any water, etc. And that is pretty much all you need to make your basic tofu scramble. But here is how I served it. I just scooped it right directly on my plate. Like, are you kidding? It looks exactly like scrambled eggs. And then I served it with some roasted tomatoes and a piece of toast, which I used vegan butter on. And then I finished it off with some chives, which is just like a classic, I think, French way of serving scrambled eggs. But that is the simple, super basic tofu scramble recipe. And now let's jazz it up with some flavors. Flavor number 1 is going to be sauteed mushroom and spinach. So we're going to add a little bit of olive oil into our pan and then add in your sliced mushrooms. Saute those mushrooms until they are nice and soft. You could also season them with salt and pepper if you wanted. And then you will add your spinach directly into the pan, and we're going to just cook the spinach down until it is softened. Once your spinach is wilted, you can add in your tofu scramble, and I recommend making sure that you season the tofu scramble ahead of time. So I made the tofu scramble and then I added in the mix-in. So 2 pans, but it's worth it. And then basically just saute it until everything is combined, and then we will serve it up. Here is the gorgeous mushroom and spinach one. I served it with, again, roasted cherry tomatoes, a slice of toast, as you can see, and it's super yummy. It's basically just like mushroom and spinach eggs, and you can't beat it. Flavor number 2 starts with red onion, as well as some chopped bell pepper. And then we're going to saute that and let them soften. And once they are softened, you can add in some canned black beans. This is kind of like a Southwestern inspired tofu scramble. And then mix that together, and once everything is hot, again, add in your flavored basic tofu scramble recipe, and that is pretty much all you need to do. I like to jazz it up with a little bit of chili powder or like Mexican fiesta seasoning type thing, a kind of blend taco seasoning, and that just adds a little bit of extra flavor. But this one, again, you can just serve up. Again, great served with roasted cherry tomatoes, a slice of toast, and some fresh herbs on top. If you do want to make the roasted cherry tomatoes, I just put a whole box or carton of cherry tomatoes in a pan, no seasoning, roasted them at 400 degrees for 20 minutes. And I use them with all 4 of these recipes. So the fourth one is going to be a pesto tofu scramble with roasted cherry tomatoes. So we're going to add our tofu scramble into the pan. You could also just cook the tofu scramble in your pan and then add in the pesto afterwards. But I had a few different batches here. So add in the pesto, saute that until it's all combined. It does turn a slightly strange color, but if you're a fan of pesto, you will absolutely love this. It's so good. And then we are going to add in our roasted cherry tomatoes. Don't have to be roasted cherry tomatoes, could also just be chopped tomatoes, but the tomatoes add like a burst of sweetness, which is really yummy, and they make it a little bit juicy. So good. And then again, just stir that until they are combined and then serve it up. And again, on this plate, I served it with the cherry tomatoes, a little bit of extra pesto, a little bit of extra roasted cherry tomatoes, and a piece of buttered vegan toast. And that was it. I can't wait for you guys to try these recipes. They're super yummy and they're like so easy to make. And there you have it, my friends. That is how to make tofu scramble. I hope you enjoyed today's video and I hope you try this recipe. It's so yummy. If you do end up trying it and you make your own sort of creation with mix-ins or anything, come back to this video and let me know what you end up using. I love the 3 that I shared, but I feel like there's endless possibilities with things that you can add in there. So have fun and enjoy it. And if you do end up making it, please leave a review and a star rating on the post. That really helps us be seen by more people. And if you do want to follow along, like I said in the beginning, there's a blog post that's linked right down below in the description box. Otherwise, if this is the first video that you've watched and you would like to join our community, I would love to have you. It's super easy. Just tap the red button that is right below this video that says subscribe. And if you want to get notified when we share new videos, tap the little bell that's right next to it because that will send you a notification. Otherwise, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for tuning into my video today and being part of this community here on YouTube. I appreciate your time and I will see you in the next video. Bye.